Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So I'm out here blacking out the chrome today, so I thought I would go ahead and jack her on up and get the wheels off and pull out the brake pads on here and grease up all the guide pins and everything. Take a visual inspection of the pads, but because you really never have to change the brake pads on these Teslas because of the regenerative braking, it's always a good idea still to take them out periodically and grease up the guide pins, grease up the ends of the pads, just to give them, you know, a little loving here and there. So I thought I'd walk you guys through that process. All right, with the wheel off, pretty easy. That's what I love about Brembo style of calipers, is that it's really easy to change the pads or to lube things up when needed, opposed to having to take the whole caliper off. So I'll show you how to remove these pins. That will allow us to remove this plate right here. And once this plate right here is out, then we can just slide the calipers, the brake pads out, inspect them, lube them up, change them if needed. All right, so we really won't need much. We, of course, need our lubricant. This is the stuff I enjoy the most. This is the best stuff out there for lubricating up your brake pins and guide pins and things. And I got this little pin here to help push the pin out of here. And I got a little cheap hammer right here. All right. So all we really need to do is stick it in here. There's two of them, one down here and one up here. And that wasn't too strong enough. So I'm going to use the one of my star bits here. That way I got a good surface to do it on. There we go. See how I push that on out? So now I'm just going to grab any little pliers that I have just to pull them out. And it may help sometimes to push down on this the clip right here. It's kind of a compression clip, so it pushes against the pin. So if you just apply just a little bit of pressure just to relieve a little bit of that pressure, and then just work that on out of there. There we go. There's the pin. Here's the clip. Take notice how you notice the feet right here, what goes towards your pad. All right, and your pin, or both pins, really just sets on top of that, holding that down. Now we're going to remove the bottom one. There we go. See? No pressure on that one, so it came out pretty easy. And now you can take a visual inspection of your brake pads. So you're just going to take a flathead, just slide it in between here, right here, between the brake pad and the caliper. Get it up in there, and then just apply a little pressure. Ultimately, what you're doing is you're pushing against this caliper right here, forcing it this way, so that it's applying pressure on the pistons in the back to force them in a little bit. You just get to get a little bit up in there, and you can put it up there, do a little bit. Once you do that, these should now be a lot looser. You see they're moving around now. Let's see if we can get one of those out of there. Here we go. And now you can take a look and see how thick your brake pads. These traditionally aren't very thick. As you see right there on the early warning sensor, you still got a bit to go. I would say at this point, I probably would go ahead and order myself another pair and change them out soon. I guess after 170,000 miles, I guess it's about time for a new pair of pads. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna get my flathead screwdriver and get it up between the caliper, the rotor and the remaining brake pad. Force it back a bit. Then take that one out. All right. So how about we just clean these up a bit for now, and then we'll lube them up, and I'll change these out on a future date. Take my wire brush, clean those ends off. Now that we have these cleaned up a bit, we'll take our pads. This right here is just kind of like what a soft pad that they have on the back of the pad. Sometimes they'll fall off. It's okay. Just put it back on to help with the squealing that these can do. So put that back on. And I'll get my stuff here. And you see where the pistons make contact? I'm just going to put a bit in those locations. And I'm also going to put some on the end down here. Don't get them on the pad, just on the metal part. Slide that back in. Now we'll do this one over here. We'll slide that one back in. We're going to take this here as well. Let's go ahead and clean that one up a little bit. And what we will do, where the guide pin goes at, we'll put some lubricant there. And we're also going to put some lubricant on the feet. Now we're going to stick one end under, like that. Now, before you start compressing it down, you want to take your other guide pin. Make sure that's all nice and clean and ready. Put some lube on there. And then once you have that, you can start it in. Make sure it's going through your caliper, through your pads. Now you want to compress this down while you push it on through. All right, get a little lubricant up in there. Forgot to put some up in between there. And that's it. That's how you your periodic maintenance of your brake calipers should go for lubing your parts up. When I get those pads in, I'll do a video on how to change the pads, but I'm pretty sure you can see how to change the pads just as well watching that. If you like, hit that like button and definitely hit that subscribe button. So a bunch of other YouTube videos I have going on out there, and I'm starting to add them for my Tesla. Thanks.